Hi and welcome to another 5 minutes tutorial, and this time how you can create node groups that you then can use as library assets. So in this little pattern here I have things that I have done in so many other tutorials. I have almost every time done these two. So I do a scale and I do a fraction, and then I get all these ties and I can then change the scale using these. And the same with the range conversion we have in UV 0 to 1, but with this subtract, multiply and absolute I get the range that instead is 1 to 0 to 1. So I do that all the time, and it would be very easy if I just could use a node group to make this happen, so I don't have to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 nodes every time. So let's make a node group out of the two first one. So I just select them, press Ctrl G, and then I take the scale to here, and that is enough. And then I go out again by pressing Tab, and I change the name to tiling. So I go to properties here, and then I change the name to tiling. So here we have that. And now I would like that to be a library asset. So to make a library asset, we first of all need to have the asset in. So I drag it out so we can see it, and you can just press Shift F1 twice, and then you have the library asset here. And to make your own library asset, as I've done here, I've done something called shaders, where we can add this later on. Then you go to Edit, Preferences, and in the file path you can then just press the plus sign and select the path that you would like to use and name it to something, and in my case I just named it to shaders. So then you can have that, and when you have that, then every blend file that is saved in the file or folder that you have here will then be used as library assets, but you have to tell what in that blend file should be used as a library asset. So you need something like that, and after that you normally, if it's material, you can just right click and select mark as asset. So that is easy to do for the material, but for the tiling I cannot do this. We don't have a mark as asset on a node group. So first of all, we can just do it like this. So we make fake users, because then we don't lose it if we take away the material in this blend file. Then we go out. So I drag this in here so you can see everything. Then we go out here, and instead of having the view layer, you change into Blender files. So if you change into Blender files, you reach everything here, and then you can just right click on that and say that it should be an asset to us. So in my case I'm interested in node groups, and here you can see I have the name tiling, which is the node group that I have here. So I just go to that and right click, and now when I right click on that you can see we have mark as asset. So now that is marked as asset, and I need to save it first. So you have save, and then I need it to be in the shaders folder that I did, and you can do whatever folder, but you need to have it here. So I can call it like base node groups or something like that. So we have it in. And just save it here, and as soon as I save it, you can see that we now get the tiling here since I marked it as an asset. So if I now have this saved and I start a new node group, or not new node group, new blend file, so new general here, then I have it here. And if I now take out this and press Shift F1 and F1 again and go to my shaders, you can see I have tiling here. So I can just drag it here, and now I have tiling with the UV input that I can use and put in the scale here. So I just have to do Shift A, input texture coordinate, drag the UV, and then I can see here that I have 5, and I can change it as I want to. So this works now as those two nodes. So as soon as I have something that I feel that I will reuse, I then just go to my file that is this base node group that I built before, add the node group, go to the Blender files here in this and select node groups, and here I will then find it, so I right click and I save, and it's in my shader. And then you can of course add stuff in here. So if you select that one, you can add your own icon that more describes this and write some description and so on, so you know what every node group is doing. And then you have a much more effective workflow when you are working with these nodes, because then you can just pick whatever you want and make the flow really well and effective. Okay, hopefully you learned something today as well, and I just do as usual, say bye for now and see you later.